Welcome back to the Myth series in depth. This mission is an interesting one where we will get to take the battle into the Spider Temple and fight against the Spider God Sir Kosh. I think you will all enjoy it. The journal for this mission occurs just one day after we save Traval and his fellow Dwarven Smiths within the Smith's Forge.
Soon after the battle, the city guardsmen arrived, but they were too late. All but a handful of the Smiths of Murthemne lay dead in their forge. The survivors told of how the robed cultists and their giant spiders had entered their hearth, climbing up from the sewers and attacking while the Smiths slept. The dwarves had tried to mount a defense, but the monstrous spiders were too fast for them. The forge vaults were smashed open and their contents ransacked. Among the missing items were the Tane and the Sunhammer. Connacht wasted no time. He immediately gathered the guardsmen and marched to the gates of the Spider Temple, demanding that the stolen artifacts be returned immediately. With sanctimonious words, the cultists ignored his request. The enraged guardsmen drew their blades and rushed past Connacht. Suddenly, from the shadowed recesses of the temple, dozens of shapes scuttled and descended upon the guardsmen. The huge spiders took them by complete surprise, laying them low with blinding speed. The cultists ignored the many bodies being dragged back into the shadowy crevices of the temple. Connacht was shocked. He could not believe that a terror such as this had arisen within the city walls. If the cultists realized the true powers of the artifacts stolen from the dwarves, the whole city could be devastated in the fiery holocaust. That night, hundreds of soldiers surrounded the temple grounds, letting nothing enter or leave. In the morning, Connacht planned to lead hundreds more soldiers into the Spider Temple, eradicating the malevolent cultists and their devil spiders therein. But Connacht was unaware that the surviving Smiths of Murthemne had plans of their own. Using the same route through the sewers the cultists had used to destroy their forge, the dwarves made their way into the depths of the Spider Temple.
The survivors tell Connacht that the spider cultists and spiders had infiltrated the Smith's Forge by entering through the sewers. They successfully stole both the Tane and the Sunhammer from the dwarves. Connacht needs the Sunhammer if he is going to save the world of myth from the levelers' destruction. When Connacht and some guardsmen confronted the spider cultists at the Spider Temple, he witnessed the giant spiders surprising them and taking his fellow guardsmen. Connacht is horrified that the Sunhammer is in their possession and fears for the city of Lancrofin, thus hinting at the true power of the Sunhammer. While Connacht was planning to gather his men and enter the temple in the morning, the Dwarven Smiths decided to attack beforehand by going through the sewers from their forge. After this mission, we will learn why they chose to attack in secrecy. In this mission, we will face baby spiders for the first time. The baby spiders are white and appear much closer to the size of a normal spider. Sometimes these spiders will attack you, but they are extremely weak and are hardly a threat. There is a flavor text for these small spiders that tell us about the rough life of becoming a full-fledged cave spider. They fight their way out of a sticky cocoon, avoid being eaten by their mothers, kill their siblings, and drink their fluid to survive. And you ask me why they look ticked off? Sir Kosh, to a soon-to-be-eaten initiate. In this mission, we will get to control Traval. Traval isn't much of a threat in combat, as he doesn't use magical rods in combat to burn his opponents like the other Dwarven Smiths. Traval does have his regular smith hammer that he will wield in combat. Where Traval shines is his knowledge of magical artifacts. This allows him to use the Tane that we will pick up within the mission to capture his enemies. He is the Forge Master after all. Traval does have a couple of flavor texts that tell us more about the Forge Masters and a little bit about why they left Stoneheim to start the Forge in Lancrofin. A Forge Master devotes his life to his profession. Beyond being a master smith and inventor, he must also have a keen business sense to deal professionally with customers. Although the Smiths had great reserves of money, they were not foolish enough to squander a financial opportunity when they see one. After years of working the forges in their sister kingdom of Stoneheim, the smiths yielded the pull of Steinolf and sought a new home to ply their trade and learn. And thus they came to Langriffen and set up shop in the magnificent main forum of the city. For years they have worked their trade and learned of mankind, and as of yet, the voice of Steinolf has remained contented. And of course, in this mission we will also be facing the spider god Sirkosh herself. The Wolf Age manual tells us that Sirkosh is from another world. She and her children dine in the blood of their prey. In a far-off dream, her children grew hungry because the prey had lessened. She felt the energies of a far-off world and heard the voices of her prey. She found a way to guide her form to the new world and into a new body. The journey had weakened her. She used simple promises of power to cause her prey to follow her to oblivion. Once she receives her strength and her new brood is hatched, she will cover this new world in her web and feast upon her new prey. Sirkosh has a sticky web missile attack that not only freezes your units but also damages them. This can make it tricky to engage her without losing your units. She also has a venom bite that will annihilate your forces if you choose to engage her in melee combat. I will show you how to make quick work of her though. Sirkosh has a couple of flavor texts that tell about her coming into the world of myth and how her presence in the world is still weak. Her webs lie so thick across her world that the stars themselves cannot shine through them. Blanketed in darkness, she and her children hunt. It was then that she heard a sound, the sound of a hammer on an anvil. Far off, across the oceans of time and space, she felt the energies of the far-off world and heard the voices of prey. In her new body, she could feel the prey about her. Her children would feast again, but the journey had weakened her. The prey of this new world were as malleable as the prey of hers. By making simple promises of power, they would follow her to oblivion. Once her strength is regained and her brood is hatched, she covers this world in her web and feasts upon this new prey. Thank goodness Sirkosh is not at full strength. If she was, would the dwarves have a chance at beating her? Now let's jump into the mission and deal with these spiders once and for all. Recover the stolen Tane and Sunhammer and put an end to the spider cult. So you can see this mission we got, start the mission with 5 Dwarven Axe Warriors. And we also got Traval himself. You can see he kind of has, you know, his little smith hammer and he's got his goggles up. As opposed to the Dwarven Smiths, you know, they got their hammers and their magical rods. And their goggles are down. And then we got our Dwarven Demolitionists, which you have seen them before. So, gonna hotkey everybody.
Yeah.
Or presets, I should say. Okay. So here you got these little baby spiders.
Sure thing.
So they will attack us, but they're mostly pretty harmless. We can quickly smash them all.
In your face! This way.
Okay.
Sure thing. Okay.
So let's save it right there and get this mission rolling. Okay, so you can blow up these things. Put out the lights. It's really kind of pointless though.
This way.
You can see that there's some doors hanging here by spider webs. You can blow them up. There's also like some eggs everywhere. You know, this is the temple. So
Gotcha.
now
This way.
there's kind of like we're gonna come this way because we want to go get the Sunhammer chain, which are in a room just up here. But kind of like it's kind of like if you imagine a line right here and another line about right here. If you bring 2 dwarves within that area, a bunch of spiders will come out of these areas, and they kind of come all around. It can be kind of difficult to manage of all of them. I'm sorry if you bring more than 2 in here. So what we can do is we can just bring 2 across at once and not have more than 2 within that kind of box. And we don't have to fight the spiders, so we can just skip them.
Yes.
And that's that. Come down here, kind of as you go, you can see spiders coming out. So there's no spiders in this room, we don't gotta worry about anything, but there are spider cultists up here that we gotta deal with, so we'll save it a little bit. And we forgot Traval. I just saw my map. Traval is hanging behind. Let's get rid of that. Okay, that's better.
Okay. Sure thing. Right.
Let's see, how do we want to do this? I think there's only a few,
This way. Right. This way.
there's only a few spider
Sure
cultists in
thing.
here, so we can put our
This way.
doors up and our
Okay.
inflame
Gotcha.
them and stuff, and then we can finish them off with our axe warriors.
Okay. Okay. Here comes the heart. Okay. Charge! Okay. Let's do it!
Okay, we'll just let our axe warriors finish them off.
Yep.
Oh,
This way. Right on.
come on,
Right.
get her. She's not, at least she's not attacking. Okay, there's that.
Yep.
It's not that hard.
Gotcha. Okay. Sure thing. Sure thing. Yep.
Okay, so here's the sun hammer and the Tane up here. Now, if you bring more than one unit on this platform, a bunch of spiders will come down again all around.
Right.
And they're kind of a pain to deal with, so we're just gonna send just Traval up here to grab
It's
it.
the Tane. We've found it.
So now we have the Tane, and he can use the Tane just like Connacht did. So as you'd imagine, he is pretty dang strong now. Now, you can go right. There's not a whole lot down here. There is one little secret cave that I will show
Gotcha.
you.
Okay.
Where we're gonna come back this way,
This way. Gotcha.
because once we kill these units up here,
Blood be cleansed. Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
then
Put him in the hurt locker. This way.
okay, I went a little bit too far forward. They started attacking me. I wasn't ready. Didn't have my forces in position.
Gotcha. Right. Okay. Okay. Right. Die as her prey.
So you can hear them. Apparently you can hear them, then they'll come attack. So what we're going to do is we're going to suck up. We're going to wait for them to come, and then we're going to suck up a bunch of them.
In your blood be cleansed.
Let's go forward a little bit. We want them to come. We want to draw them out. Here they come.
Okay.
And then we're going to suck them up in the Tane.
You cannot win.
So we'll keep them back a little bit.
Die as her prey. You cannot win. Okay. Right.
There we go.
Sure thing.
New units received.
So once you
This
kill
way.
those units, you'll get
This
some
way.
new units.
Die as her prey.
So you can avoid, well,
In your blood be cleansed.
I guess I don't know that. Okay, so we got, you know, a few more Dwarven Axe Warriors, another Dwarven Smith, and another Dwarven Demolitionist.
Sure thing.
You come down here, and you'll see there's some dwarves in these cocoons, and if you notice, every once in a while, like I'm past 40 now, that they'll twitch. So apparently they're alive, but we
Yep.
can't free them,
Sure
so...
thing. This way.
Now, if you go in the center of this room, more spiders will come out, so just kind of go
Yep.
around the edge of the room, around the pillars, and you can avoid them.
Sure thing.
So we're just gonna group our guys with the new units.
Sure thing.
In your blood be cleansed.
Gotcha.
Your blood be cleansed.
Okay.
Okay, there's a bunch of more units in this in here. Once again, we're gonna take advantage of these stairs.
You cannot win. In your blood be cleansed.
And try to suck up some of them within the tank.
Die as her prey.
Sure thing. Okay.
You cannot win. You will feed her desire.
Okay.
That didn't work.
What? Right. Get out of the way.
Sure thing.
Die as her prey. You cannot win.
Okay, that was messy, but
Your face. Gotcha.
Come on, lads.
Sure
we
thing.
just spread out
Gotcha.
our Dwarven Axe Warriors, and then we'll
Sure
just
thing.
rush this
This way.
priestesses.
Yep. It's clobbering time. Right on. Gotcha. This way.
Okay, this next room doesn't have anybody in it. There's no spiders or anything to worry about.
Gotcha. This way. Yep.
They kind of like suggest, they have things suggesting to make you keep on edge, but there's nothing in
Gotcha.
here.
Yep. Gotcha. Yep.
I don't remember this guy.
Charge! Right on.
Okay. Okay. He just ran by my Dwarven Axe Warriors, so all my Dwarven Axe Warriors were out of position. Okay, let's try this again.
Sure thing. This way. Sure thing. Sure thing.
Come on, lads.
Gotcha. This way.
Let's beat feet.
Charge! This way. Yep. Yep. Right on.
Seems like they just want to run around them.
Gotcha.
Let's beat
That's
feet.
why I don't remember them, is because there's so few of them. Okay, so once you step on this little like platform with like a little spider on it, this door will open. You can see that kind of must be the symbol of the spider god.
This way.
Okay, so
Sure thing.
well, I want to show you one thing up here. We probably just need our Dwarven demolitionists. Right here, you can kind of see on the map there's a broken door right here. And there's some spiders in here we gotta worry about. There they are. Oh, there's some baby spiders chasing us.
It's clobbering time. Like a tree you go down. Sure thing.
There's some more up here. Seems like since I'm coming up behind them that they don't have their AI. Like you can come from the other end. Yeah, you can blow through a door down here, and there's also a door you can blow through down here. But if you look in here, there's all these dwarves hanging and all these spiders being hatched. This is probably their prey from being hatched. We can go and blow them up if we want to, but there's really no point.
Make way for the dwarf.
Perhaps we'll save our fellow dwarves in the end, right? Oh, well, not him.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so there's that. If I remember right, there's nothing in this room. Okay.
Yep.
So you got all these little baby spiders around.
Sure thing.
Oh, I forgot about those spiders, that's for sure.
Yep.
We'll just let our
Let's beat feet. Okay.
Yep.
Dwarven Axe Warriors deal with these few spiders that come
This
out.
way. Gotcha. Right on. Sure thing.
Apparently one didn't want to come out. So we're going to eradicate these baby spiders because
Who's next, lasses? Like a tree you go down. This way.
clearing this map, this
Sure thing. Yep.
this mini map will make the
This
mission
way.
easier. And I'll show you what I mean.
Sure thing.
Right. What?
Gotcha. This way. This way. Yep.
Okay, so we have to come around here. You see these all these locked doors. There's actually 3 of them.
Gotcha. Gotcha. This way.
There's one straight ahead, one to the left that we just saw, and there's one over here to the right. Only the one straight ahead is the one you can open, and that's on the way to Sarkosh.
This
And
way.
then to open this
Gotcha.
door, you have to
Gotcha.
climb up
This way.
here, and you have to step on this platform just like the other one. Now, once we step on it, there's going to be spiders coming from this direction first. It's kind of, you know, back left from, you know, your starting position, you know, just back here. So you can kind of get your
Okay. Come on, lads.
doors ready
This
for
way.
that.
Okay.
So as you step on the platform, it shows you the door opening, and then we'll come over here, and then before we know it,
Right.
This way.
these spiders will be coming. So you can see them on the map. Now you can imagine if those baby spiders were there, you might not notice them because of the baby spiders on the map. So what we're going to do is we're going to have our doors all target different spiders. Well, they totally failed.
Pleasure.
Now, after that,
Gotcha. Gotcha.
we're going to kind of come over here
Yep.
because there's going to be spiders spawning all around, and also because there's going to be spiders coming from this direction.
Right.
So we can save it right here real quick.
Right.
Sure thing.
Let's beat feet. Okay.
Now we can use the tame to suck these guys up, the spiders, some of
This
these
way.
spiders up also. Yeah, here come these spiders.
Okay.
Oh, he's out of magic. Oh no. Okay. Let's try this again. Maybe I'll come more off the platform because I had a little bit more time.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Sure thing. Yep.
Let's beat feet.
Yep. Right on.
Yeah. Make a hole. Okay. What? Adjust trajectory.
Casual. Casualty.
This isn't going well. Oh, you know what I should do? Let's do that again, but let's use Traval to suck up this huge group of spiders. I guess I didn't think about this part enough, so we'll...
Let's beat feet. Done. Look out! Burn! Okay. Make a hole! Make way for the dwarf!
This ain't going well.
Casualty.
Okay, I'm not losing to next words. Maybe I'm overthinking this. Maybe I'm overthinking this.
Gotcha. This way.
Let's get these guys going this way. These guys going this way.
Okay.
Sure thing. Sure thing.
Okay, this time we're gonna try to suck someone that not suck the first one. Let's suck someone a little bit farther back.
Here comes the herd. Make a hole. Put 'em in the hurt locker. Yeah. Put 'em in the
Okay, that's better.
Who's next, lassie?
There we go, that's better. And then it's not over yet, we're gonna save it. There is more coming.
Let's beat feet.
Sure thing.
I don't remember what direction they come from though.
Let's beat feet.
Gotcha.
Come from back here. Here they come. So we're gonna line up our guys. And we're gonna try to suck as much of them up as we can.
Right. Done.
Yep.
Right. Put 'em in the hurt locker.
Yep. This way. Eat steel. Yep. Let's do it.
I did not know these guys were coming. Somehow I did not get any casualties there.
Gotcha.
Don't ask me how. It's just a lucky throw. Probably damaged some of my own units. Well, as you can imagine, as you can tell, this part is a little messy with all these spiders. There's probably an easier way to do it than what I did.
Right.
Let's be honest, there's definitely an easier way to do it than what I did.
Right.
Okay, so you can see there's some spider cultists in here.
Okay. Right.
Eventually we'll see them, and soon as they turn around, as soon as we see them, and as soon as they move, we're gonna run. Because they're gonna come around the edge, and they're gonna come towards us. So we're gonna come back here.
Come on, lads.
Gotcha.
And we're gonna deal with them.
Yeah? What now? Eat this. Yeah. Make way for the burn. Yeah. Okay.
That's clobbering time.
Come on, that must have hurt.
Eat steel.
Casualty.
Who's next?
Man, the dwarves' ability to throw these grenades is pitiful sometimes.
Let's beat feet.
Sure thing.
And sometimes it's just easier to
Right.
sometimes it's just easier to attack them melee than trying to get these dwarves to throw their grenades right.
Yep.
Yeah? Incoming!
Gotcha. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Get out of the way!
Right on. Gotcha.
Make a hole!
Okay, now we can wait for this. Oh, how did she not die? Oh, well, just let these Dwarven Axe
Sure
Warriors
thing.
finish her off.
Okay,
It's clobbering time.
Okay, there we
Yep.
go.
This way.
Okay, now we get to fight Sirkosh herself.
Yep. Gotcha.
You got some baby spiders
Sure
on each
thing.
side. We can just
Gotcha.
run past them.
Yep. This way.
This is Sirkosh's lair, and Sirkosh will be up here. So now, if you don't kill Sirkosh fast enough, she'll run back up here and regenerate health, and then come back down and fight you again. So what you want to do
Gotcha.
is you want to damage her quickly. So
Gotcha.
right. Okay. Come on, lads.
So one way I found that you can kill her quickly, and there's a bunch of these baby spiders on the sides, but I found one way you can kill her quickly is to
Yeah?
use all these
Gotcha.
Dwarven Smith's flame
Yeah.
torches on her at once.
This way.
So we're going to
This
use
way.
these Dwarven Axe Warriors as just distractions, so I'm getting rid of the weak ones. And then we're going to use all 3 flame torches on her at once. That's the plan. And it's going to be a little tricky because we gotta keep our
Let's beat feet.
Gotcha.
Dwarven Axe Warriors ahead of these guys and to distract her.
Come on,
Gotcha.
lads.
This way.
Once we get close enough to her, we'll hear her talk, and
Sure thing.
she'll be right up here. There
Gotcha.
she is. There is Sirkosh, Spider God.
Witness the beauty of the daughter you have brought into this world.
She's too big for the Tane. We'll have to
This
do
way.
this the old-fashioned way.
Sure thing. Yep.
See, she does these kind of things, so you can just run back and forth to
Gotcha.
try to get him to dodge
This
him.
way. Sure thing. This way.
Right.
Yep. This way.
Come on, lads. Put him in the hut now.
Right on.
And somehow she didn't die. I think maybe that back one was a little too far away, so it didn't quite finish her off.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Come on, lads.
We'll try it again. You get the idea.
Yep.
Right.
This way.
Let's beat feet.
Sure thing.
Witness the beauty of the daughter you have brought into this world.
She's too
This
big for the
way.
Tane. We'll have to do this
Yep.
the
This
old-fashioned way.
Gotcha. This way. This way.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Let's beat feet. Right.
This way.
Let's beat feet. Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay. Right. Get him.
This way.
There it goes.
Yep. This way.
And then she becomes kind of the spirit. It's still called the Spider God. You can't hurt the spirit. The spirit will just run around.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So what you need
Okay.
to do is you need to capture it in the Tane.
Right.
Otherwise, you just run around the room.
Put him in the hurt locker.
You can suck up your own units too, accidentally.
With great courage, the smiths of Mirthemne saved the Sunhammer and imprisoned the spider god Sirkosh and her seed into the Tane.
Yeah, we mostly got kills with the Dwarven Axe Warriors, but I think that's probably counting the 68 baby spiders also, which I let them kill a lot of them, so... the Dwarves got a lot of kills, Dwarven Smiths, Forge Master, it says 1 kill, but really that Tane is like the most powerful weapon there is, so... This doesn't do justice, because it doesn't count the Tane captures as kills, so... The windscreen shows the dwarves gathered around Traval, who is holding the Tane with the just captured Sarkosh inside. You would think that the dwarves would be more excited about their victory. The lost screen shows Sarkosh with the dwarves in cocoons trapped on her web. The lost screen tells us that many forces from Lankenfen were lost in their battle against the spider cultists. This left them too weak to defend against Mogam's next attack. There is an Easter egg in this mission that you can find if you blow up the wall at the back of the room with the Sunhammer and the Tane. The text at the bottom of the screen says, "Party! Woo!" By doing a reverse sound search, I discovered that the song being played in this room is from Rock and Roll McDonald's by Wesley Willis. I highly recommend that you check out this song for a good laugh. I will leave a link to it in the description. I also recommend you read about Wesley Willis, who was a very popular songwriter who had schizophrenia. I don't know a whole lot about him, but he is an interesting guy to learn about, to say the least. To tie up the loose ends, I decided to include the dialogue that starts at the beginning of the next mission into this video.
At dawn, Connacht and his soldiers stormed the barricades of the Spider Temple. To their surprise, they found no defenders within the vast temple. No bodies, alive or dead, were to be found. Connacht reached the temple vault, and there upon the altar were the Tane and the Sunhammer, along with a hastily written note.
The spider god and her spawn no longer infest this temple. As I write this, the big bug and her offspring are imprisoned within the Tane. When we were constructing the Tane, a few mistakes were made. Somehow, we brought something out from another world into this one. When we heard of the spider cultists, we feared the worst. And when they raided our forge, those fears were realized. We were the ones responsible for bringing that spider thing into the world, so we were honor-bound to take care of it. Yet, I think that the spider god is somehow attuned to us. As long as we set foot in this world, it may be able to reach back into it. I ask you to take care of the Tane, as it will soon be our new home. Make sure this reaches General Connacht, as we believe he is the only one who can save Lankerfen.
So wrote Traval, Forge Master of the Smiths of Myrthemne. On that same day, the Trow and the Ogre fought the battle that would be their last. Fleeing the Trow homeland, the Ogre had reached the Valley of the Red Seal. With the outraged Trow in pursuit, a month-long battle ensued. The Ogre fought with valiant desperation, but they were finally overwhelmed by the mighty Trow with their iron weapons. When the battle was through, not a single Ogre lived. The basin of the valley was filled with their blood and bones. When the Trow looked upon the sight of this slaughter, they realized the cowardice with which they fought. They now understood what the forest giants had told them long ago. They had corrupted the soul of iron. The Trow threw down their weapons and armor in disgust, deciding that iron was a tool best left for the younger races.
Now we know about how Sarkosh was able to enter the world of myth. Somehow the Tane had linked her to the smiths within the forge and brought her into the world. This is how Traval knew about the spider cultists in the refugees mission. Also, the game hinted about the spider god entering the world of myth earlier in the game. Take a look back at the dialogue cutscene images in the start of the mission, Imprisonment. You can clearly see the Dwarven Smiths working in creating the Tain and noticing the spider god Sirkash noticing them. This same image was used in this dialogue also. Somehow her powers allowed her to enter the world through the Tain and bring her offspring. About 4 years have passed since that time. During this time, Sirkash would have been able to amass her spider cultist followers and develop her army of cave spiders. Unfortunately, Traval did not believe that just trapping the spider god in the Tain was enough, as she had developed some sort of connection with the dwarves. Therefore, Traval and the dwarves chose to sacrifice themselves and trap themselves within the Tain. Now we can understand why the dwarves chose to enter the spider temple early through the sewers. For one, they realized that the spiders entering the world of myth was their fault and felt a responsibility to deal with it themselves. And two, they knew the sacrifice they would have to make and didn't want to have to explain their reasoning for their sacrifice. This course of events filled the spider cave flavor text that I shared in the last mission. Connacht could no longer ignore the atrocities committed by the spider cult, but when he assailed their shrines, no trace could be found of the Smiths of Mirthemne or their followers. The dialogue tells us that the battle between the Trow and the Ogre within the Valley of the Red Seal had taken place. This month-long battle led to the extinction of the Ogres. This battle was told about in the Tales from Myth comic and led to the Trow throwing away their iron weapons. The Trow had poisoned the soul of Iron. This explains the Forest Giant's flavor text. When asked of their source of their animosity towards the Trow, all were silent. After a time, the eldest among them looked down and seemed to weep. It was they who poisoned the soul of Iron. It also draws a deeper meaning to the Myth 2 flavor text where they refused to aid Soulblighter. When Soulblighter confronted the Trow, demanding their continued servitude, they replied, "Set Iron to rest and choose you one from our number. Ask of his name and what he owes you." You can see that while the Trow are a race that has trouble controlling their emotions and get angry quickly, they are also an ancient race who is much more knowledgeable than the average race in myth. The Trow are immortal and each one has survived since its creation. Although they make mistake after mistake, they do eventually learn. Unfortunately, though they have given up on Iron, they have not learned of their error of aiding the Leveler. Don't worry, Connacht will soon put them in their place. They still have much to learn. Well, that is it for this video. See you next time in Children of Belial.